my fellow Americans. Tonight, I want to speak with you about our nation's unprecedented response to the coronavirus outbreak that started in China and is now spreading throughout the world. Today, the World Health Organization officially announced that this is a global pandemic.
That requires of this moment that we direct a statewide order for people to stay at home.
Put out an executive order today, New York State on pause.
Today I'm issuing a stay home, stay safe executive order for all Michiganders.
This morning, I signed an executive order directing nearly all of our 9 million residents to quite simply stay at home.
To issue a stay-at-home advisory.
Directing all Floridians to limit movements and personal interactions outside the home.
All our residents will be subject to a stay-at-home order.
It's Friday afternoon, and I'm enjoying the day outside. It's nice and sunny. And after a long week of work, it was just supposed to be a relaxing Friday. I'm going about my everyday routine, which is going for my afternoon workout, as always. But that day, I discovered the lie that changed everything. After a kick-ass workout, I came home, took a shower, and sat on the couch. And I saw this. What is going on? This is something that I've only seen in post-apocalyptic movies. As the week passed by, death rate began to climb. And rapidly enough, we became the country with the most infected people in the world. Thousands of people lost their jobs. There were no more sports. The bars, restaurants, and gyms were closed. The streets were now empty. But the most surprising thing was the horrible internal impacts this pandemic was having on us. For most of us, our life changed abruptly. And I went from being a super active person that tried to have a decent body to now being at home all day. There was nothing to do and no work. It was the same boring routine. Social media became flooded with people promoting their at-home workouts. It was everywhere and overwhelming. It's hard to be the only one saying this on here. But I will confess that I am not one of the guys that love at-home workout. I tried, but I just hated it. Working out at home is boring. Or at least that's what I said to myself. I saw myself going to the fridge many times during the day. Not even hungry. Unsure of why I kept doing this. I began to realize I was eating because of how bored and unhappy I was. I went out of control and my relationship with food became unhealthy. My life looked something like this. Watching Netflix and spending big amounts of time on social media. And at first, it did not seem like a big deal. But as the weeks went on, my body started to change. I found myself really confused and lost. There were now no difference between the weekday and the weekend. I had little energy, trouble getting out of bed in the morning, felt bad about myself, and began to feel hopeless. But what wasn't known to me was the way I was falling into depression and anxiety. A couple weeks ago, I went for a walk. I was sitting in the park with my friend, trying to get some fresh air, when I saw something that, to be honest, I was not really supposed to see. This guy passed by with a girl. But this was not an ordinary guy. He was a big fitness influencer I recognized from social media. As he steps into the park, I took out my phone to show my friend who this guy was. And once I opened Instagram, I saw this guy has been posting tons of pictures of him in a really good shape and telling the world how he has been able to keep up his amazing physique in these times. As I got a closer look at him in the park, I could not believe what we saw. He was taking his shirt off to do some pull-ups, but he was so out of shape and bloated. He was also struggling to stay fit, but he was hiding it from his online followers. I felt so disappointed at all of this. They lied to us. This made me think of all the fitness influencers who might be faking it and showing something that is not real. The next day, as I wake up in the morning, I look at myself in the mirror, and the following thought comes to my mind. What will happen if you keep going like this? Is this what you really want? But the question that had the biggest impact on me was, if there were no more gyms on this earth, would you still train and find your way? And that's when I realized that I may not have control over this pandemic or when the gyms will reopen. But I did have control over me, my mindset. I was letting these external factors, all which were out of my control, ruin my relationship with fitness, my source of light in time of darkness. The thing that had saved me, and the one thing I had never imagined letting go of. I could have sat around and been depressed, but what good would that do? I decided I did not want to waste another minute. The only way to go was forward, and now more than ever. Now, since all the gyms are still closed, what can I do? It sounded very easy to me. I will go online and buy all the equipment that I needed. But there was one huge problem, and it turns out that everything was sold out. I look around and all I have at home is a backpack and gallons of water. Nothing more. Now the big question is, can I really get in good shape with only jocks in a backpack? Well, the truth is, I don't know if this will work. I don't know if I will be able to keep up. But I do know this. I want to regain my life and fitness back. I will take the next 10 weeks to get back on track. And now it's time for me to go. But before I go, let me tell you this. If you are feeling depressed, anxious, or lost in these times, you're not the only one. I feel the same way too. But there is something we can do about it. Let's do this together. I will post a video in the next 10 weeks. Each week you will see an update. Will I be able to achieve a great physique with no gym equipment? I don't know. But we'll see.